So in case you haven't heard, there's a new headline on the news. Apparently, Rishi Sunak has got plans to add a new compulsory national service conscription, which basically can be summarized by you turn 18 and you have two choices. You either spend a year in the military or you spend one weekend a month doing some sort of good for your community. And I did a bunch of research. I watched a few YouTube videos, and pretty much everyone agrees that this is an incredible idea. It's good for the children. Of course, these are all 30-plus-year-olds saying this, so I thought maybe someone who's not 48 can talk about this, can talk about the fact that children are leaving the educational system to go into, and I'm aware I just said educational system, to go into some sort of forced slavery to become better members of society under a pretense of people who haven't been 18 this millennia, Like, bro, I mean, is it a good idea? Yes. Yeah, it's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Yes, they would probably get friends and it would be good for them and they'd learn loads and they'd become fitter and healthier. And the average person would spend less time on their phones, they'd spend less time doing this and this. But it violates the liberty and it assumes that all 18-year-olds are complete and utter idiots who don't do anything with their time. Which I'll have you know is not the case, okay? Like maybe a large majority, but not 100%, ignoring people with medical conditions, right? There are 18-year-olds who work fantastic jobs. Like I know they've just worked really hard to get here, right? They spend every weekend just studying for some university, or they're trying, or they're doing flipping like hours and hours every single day working, right? Like there are people who do not waste every minute of their lives, and they should not be punished with some sort of form of community work that is honestly beneath them to benefit the overall socialist society. Do you not own yourself? Compulsory national conscription means that the government owns you. When you turn 18, you own yourself. You are an adult. And you are a functioning member of society. No. The government now has decided that you are theirs for a year, either with some sort of service or some sort of army. And sure, both would be good for you. Both would be good for the average person around your age. So what do you think, bro? I mean, because every single person that I've talked to so far thinks it's a great idea. Every single person who's, 45 and knows that they're not going to have to do anything. So is it a genuinely good idea? Or is it some flipping authoritarian system aimed to benefit the country instead of the individuals participating? Because I'm trying to work this through my head as well, bro. Because I think this is an important issue that's probably going to affect, millions of people. Also, I mean, if you don't live in the UK, your comment would be even more valuable because you have a different culture, a different perspective, a different, philosophy, a different way of looking at the world. And that would be even more beneficial. There is one argument I'd like to tackle, though, before I end up. What is the point of having a free society if you go under the Russian flag? Because genuinely, we kind of all have it in our heads that compulsory national service is because there is a threat of an invasion, right? because there's no other reason this would just suddenly occur. Or at least it appears that way at first. And of course there is the threat that we're going to have our entire generation wiped out by a great war, which has been mentioned. Of course, it's all speculation at this point. So yeah, what is the point of having a free society under a Russian flag? Because in the end, nobody wins, do they? So maybe we should bite the bullet and say that everyone is going to do forced conscription and go under this authoritarian regime until eventually some form of liberty strikes and we break free. Like they did in World War One, like they did in World War Two. They had conscription, and God, we praise and we honor those soldiers that fought in those wars. A lot of them had no choice; they did it because they had to. And then after that date, after we had all the compulsory conscription, we were led into a brighter future where we had even more freedom than we had before. So, you know, maybe it is a good thing for society, you know? Maybe it will not only benefit the people involved, but benefit the country in the long term, benefit everyone, benefit the communities, benefit the economy, benefit the whatever, everything, right? I'm going to leave it there. This topic is very close to my heart. I'll see you sometime, bro. You.